In the tangled web of alliances, secrets, and shifting loyalties that defines the world of Port Charles, Jason Morgan's return to the forefront brings with it a collision of past connections and present dangers. The serene coastal beauty of Croatia is a deceptive backdrop for what lies ahead, as the Five Poppies resort, luxurious on the surface, harbors a far more insidious purpose beneath its polished veneer. Jason's mission there is anything but a casual reunion. For the moment he sets foot in the Dalmatian retreat, he will find himself drawn into a vortex that threatens not only his own safety but also the lives of those he has sworn to protect. The catalyst is Britt Westbourne, the woman whose complicated history with Jason is marked by fleeting moments of vulnerability and trust, set against a backdrop of violence and survival. Their past connection was forged under pressure, tested in flight, and shadowed by the cruel reality of Britt's Huntington's disease diagnosis. That time on the run in 2021, when both fought to stay alive while evading Cyrus Renault's network, has left an indelible mark on them both. Jason saw in Britt a blend of resilience and defiance that went beyond mere survival instinct. Britt, in turn, found in Jason a rare presence she could confide in without fear of judgment. But the Five Poppies resort is not a place for nostalgia. It is a crucible where danger lurks in unexpected corners, and every player has a hidden agenda. The resort itself has become the focus of quiet but determined surveillance by the WSB, whose agents suspect that the operation is a mere facade for a more sinister enterprise. Anna Devane has pieced together enough to believe that the hotel functions as a cover for illicit activity, possibly tied to a covert laboratory operation. Her warnings to Jason are explicit in their urgency but incomplete in their scope. She makes it clear that Britt is not the type to willingly involve herself in criminal activity, yet the very fact that she is at Five Poppies implies coercion, leverage, or manipulation at a deeply personal level. What Anna withholds could prove just as dangerous as what she reveals. Jocelyn Jacks, in her own secret role as a WSB agent, has already infiltrated the resort alongside her fake husband and manager, Vaughn. This undercover pairing is more than just a cover story, it is a calculated placement to monitor the internal workings of the hotel. Joss, however, is walking a dangerous line, balancing her duty with the personal risk of being discovered. The tension tightens when she catches sight of Vaughn applying sunscreen to Britt's back, a small gesture that could mean nothing, or everything, in a place where appearances are manipulated to conceal hidden intentions. The air is already thick with unspoken threats when word circulates that the WSB's watch on the resort has not gone unnoticed. Jason knows that if Jack Brennan, a powerful figure entrenched in this operation, discovers Anna's betrayal, the consequences will be swift and severe, possibly leading to her being handed over to Steinmore under charges of treason. Meanwhile, danger circles closer to Joss, who will soon find herself in a life-or-death moment when she witnesses an attempt on Vaughn's life. Her response will be immediate and decisive, but the question remains whether her aim will be as precise as it was the day she fired on Cyrus Renault. In such close quarters, one wrong move could spell disaster for her allies. Britt's own situation is equally precarious. Her supervisor at the resort, Pascal, has made it abundantly clear that her access to life-sustaining medication is conditional upon her cooperation. This medication, suspected to be experimental and capable of slowing the progression of Huntington's disease, is not simply a comfort, it is the thin line between functioning independence and a rapid decline. By withholding it, Pascal exerts absolute control over her. The laboratory where it is stored may hold other secrets, ones the WSB and Jason alike are desperate to uncover. Britt, who once chose to leave Port Charles to spare her loved ones the pain of watching her deteriorate, is now tethered to a place that uses her illness as leverage. The cruel irony is that she remains alive and functional not because of the compassion of those around her, but because her captors see her as valuable only so long as she can serve their ends. The threads connecting Jason, Britt, and Joss are tightening, and the re-emergence of "Ya Britt" chemistry may be more than a narrative flourish. It could be the very mechanism that allows them to survive. History suggests that when these two are cornered, they rise together. Britt once tended to Jason's gunshot wounds in the shadows, risking her own safety to keep him alive, and Jason has stepped between her and death more than once. The stakes now are no less lethal. If Jason succeeds, he will not only extract Britt from the grip of a ruthless operation but may also dismantle a network whose influence extends beyond the idyllic Croatian coast. Yet the danger is Hydra-headed. Cutting off one threat may only reveal another. Carly Spencer, whose name has already surfaced as a potential target, is thousands of miles away yet never truly out of the crosshairs when Jason's enemies are involved. Danny Morgan, too, remains a vulnerability, an unspoken reminder that every move Jason makes reverberates back to those he loves. As the Five Poppies Resort becomes the crucible for converging agendas, Jason's personal mission, Anna's intelligence war, Joss's undercover operation, and Britt's coerced servitude, the stage is set for a volatile confrontation. Whether it ends in rescue, ruin, or some murky space in between will depend on split-second decisions, half-truths, and the willingness of each to trust the other under fire. And trust, as Port Charles has taught them all, is both the rarest currency and the most easily betrayed. If Jason and Britt survive what's coming, it won't simply be because they outmaneuvered their enemies, it will be because they refused to let each other fall, even when the odds were stacked against them. But survival here will not be a clean victory, it will leave marks, debts, and enemies that will follow them long after the Croatian sun has set.